I'm Nigel Slater. I don't think cooking needs to be complicated. Sometimes the simplest combinations will produce the most stunning results. And that's what this series is all about. Think surf and turf, soft and crisp, sweet and sour.
It's light when it's fresh, and it's hot and it's cold, and there's all sorts of things going on, all of which I love.
I'll be reinventing old favourites and trying something completely new.
And that's when it's sensational, and that's when it really, really works.
Once you understand the reasons certain combinations work so well, I hope I'll inspire you to be creative too.
It's truly, truly gorgeous.
Today is all about spicy and cool. A great curry can be given a cooling note with something creamy, but I want to see how spices can work in some unexpected dishes, like puddings, and how a refreshing salad can cool down some fiery meat. And I want to see how other cooks make fabulous and simple food combinations too.
Oh my goodness. Whenever I think of spices, particularly the really hot ones, I think of curry. And I do like my curries hot. But best of all, I like them when that heat is tempered with something cooling.
This chicken and chili dish is a really special supper. It takes a bit more time than just phoning for a takeaway, but it's a glorious treat and hard to get wrong. It's much easier than you'd think to make a curry from scratch. I start by making a spice paste. I'm using lemongrass and ginger for a touch of heat.
And of course the real heat comes from chilies. I tend to leave the seeds in when I make a curry, which will mean that it has got more spice to it, more heat. But if you take them out, you'll get a milder effect. I always like some garlic in my curries as a back note. The great thing about recipes like this is that once you've made one, they become your own, and you decide whether you want it gingery, whether you want it lemony, hotter, cooler, whatever. It's suddenly your recipe.
I almost always put coriander in a curry. You know what? You can use mint too. And I want a citrus flavour in there. And for me, that means lime.
So the lime zest goes into the spice paste, but then I use the juice in small amounts just to adjust the flavour of the whole thing at the end.
It might seem like a lot of ingredients, but whizzing it up is just a matter of seconds.
I'm going to put in a little bit of seasoning, some fish sauce, and a little bit of dark soy.
Finally, the spice paste needs something cooling and sweet.
I'm going to use fresh tomatoes. Having a good hot curry always works when you've got something fruity in there.
Today I've got some chicken thighs in the fridge. And I'm going to brown them in a shallow pan in a little sunflower oil.
What I want to do is just get the outside a little bit crisp.
Once the chicken's browned, I don't need all the fat that's left in the pan, but I'll leave a little to fry the spice paste. This will take the raw edge from the garlic and ginger.
And straight away I can almost smell the heat. And what I want is something to temper that heat, to soften it. Because the heart and soul of this recipe is Southeast Asian, I'm using their cooling ingredient, which is coconut milk. I want this to bubble gently for about 15 to 20 minutes until the chicken's cooked through.